You are looking live at Hatfield Ice Arena, the Green Ring in Colmar, Pennsylvania, where the New Jersey Rockets are getting set to take on the host, Lady Patriots, in their third game of the 16th annual President's Day tournament. Hi everybody, it's Joe Rizzo, glad to bring you all the action as the Rockets have, through 2 games, put themselves in about as good a position as you can. They have won a game and tied a game, but more importantly, the way that this tournament is being conducted, there are standings points. There's not going to be any playoffs. There's not going to be any championship round. It's 5 teams, each playing each other once for a total of 4 games. Every period counts. Each period, there is 1 standings point available. At the end of the game, there are 2 standings points available. The winner of a period or a game receives the full point or 2 points. If they tie a period or tie the game, they split the points. Through 2 games, the Rockets have 7 points. No team can exceed that. Some have not played 2 yet, or at least according to the standings that I'm able to see online. So even with a result that they're not hoping for, the Rockets could be in contention as they head to their final game on Monday to lift the trophy in a scenario that would not necessarily have appeared likely when you looked at some of the teams that they played. Earlier in the day, the Rockets posted a 2-0 victory over the Adirondack North Stars, who are a highly ranked team at this level. They line up at center. Liftoff. Menichello on the face-off with Jacobus and Camarada. Comes around the near side boards. Fought for over there. This is the best perch that I can give you from this arena. There's really not many great places to stand that aren't covered up. There's a shot that goes in right off the bat. The Lady Patriots have jumped out to a 1-0 lead just 26 seconds into the game. Boy, we barely even got the level set for you, and it's already 1 behind the goal. Emma Lacey in net over there. Rockets switch lines. Landstrom at center with Rizzo on her left. Luke on the right. Comes down into the Rocket zone. The Rockets now wearing their home grays. They're the home team, despite the Lady Patriots being the host team of the game and the tournament. Avery chases around. Rogers is going to pick this up, but it's kept in by Bruno. Comes to the near side right in front of you. Burt sends it around to the far side. There's a dirt. I know, one of those. Lady Patriots reverse it as the Rockets keep pressure. Rogers, battered there by Rizzo, sends it through neutral ice. Rockets clear the zone. Landstrom has it, chips it off the boards to herself and sends it in. The Rockets will change. We're just underway. They are our 15-minute periods at the tournament, but already the Lady Patriots lead 1-0. The Rockets had allowed just 2 goals combined in their first 2 games, and that was on the Saturday night game against Snyder Hockey. There's a whistle, and it looks like they're calling, is it interference or an elbow against the Rockets? So things have quickly unraveled for the Rockets as Colmar goes in for the hook. So we are less than a minute and a half into the game. The Lady Patriots already have a 1-0 lead, and now they have a power play. Camarada and Menichello up front to kill it off. Lee and Radishevsky on the back line. Hope wins the face-off to the corner, but it's going to be a puck battle there as the Lady Patriots get to it first. They send it between the points, but Izzy picks it off. Izzy sends Hope in on a shorthanded breakaway. Here comes Menichello. Can she get to it first? Goalie makes a stop. Izzy with the rebound. Score! Camerata with the shorthanded goal to tie it up. And the Rockets have pushed back on their slow start, and they put themselves into a 1-1 tie. 15 seconds into a shorthanded kill. They sprung Hope Menichello forward. The goalie came out to knock it away. She kind of got into no man's land. On the rebound, Camerata picked it up and put it home into the empty net. Big answer by the Rockets. Neutral ice play here as Avery moves it forward but not through. She's killing it off with PJ up front. Rachel and Larissa on the back line. Here comes Jacobus. Centering pass for Avery. Gets one piece of it, couldn't get the second piece. Rockets have been dangerous all season shorthanded, and that proved to be big. There's a wrist shot that Emma makes the save on with the blocker. It comes to the near side boards and Avery shifts it out. 35, 34, 33 seconds left in the hooking penalty to Kirsty Colmar. Larissa reverses it around to the far side boards. PJ's going to pick that one off, send it up the middle. Avery's going to be in a foot race, but she's 3 steps to the wrong on that. And the Lady Patriots pick it up, curling back in their own end and taking their time to try to set up a final rush on the power play are the team in red, white, and blue. That's the Patriots. You could have figured that one out. Wrist shot blocked away by Rachel Lee as it comes out. Grammy June, one of our most loyal viewers, Rachel's grandma, Grammy June, back home in New Jersey, checking out all the action. A big fan of number 5, just like I am. Hi, Grammy June. Thanks for your support. Rizzo off the face-off picks it up after Landstrom won it. It's going to come around to Landstrom right at you. She goes to the point for Fox. Fox will try to keep it in. Does so with a little help from Landstrom, but now finally it's chipped out. It's a foot race, and one of the Lady Patriots is going to battle now 2 with Lauren Fox, but Lauren sends it into a more friendly portion of the ice where she and her mates could pick it up. Hansen tries to move it out, but one of the Lady Patriots' wings stepped into the passing lane and picked it off. So they reverse it and try to bang it up this side. With a little time, Rizzo tries to move it forward but can't do it. She didn't get a good piece there, and they'll battle for it like kindergarten soccer in a big hush. Paulino will come out of the zone. She had a titanic goal in game 1, and her line mate Rizzo right now had the other. In a 1-0 game in game 1 just hours ago, Paulino took a pass as Lacey makes a right pad save, and the penalty's over, so the Rockets they go +1 on the penalty kill. They score 1. Wrist shot fired wide. Battled for behind the end line. Hansen sends it up to Paulino, who steers it up but not out and sent right back in. One rushing Lady Patriot's going to get there, but Francesca knocks her attempt off. Paulino just clears the zone and hustles over for a change, and that whole slew of Rockets changes except for maybe 1 or 2. Sent up the far side boards, but through traffic, Lily Rose Smith there. She nearly had a shorthanded, an empty net goal in the first game, playing a valuable minute at the end of the game with the goalie pulled for the Adirondack North Stars. It comes behind the end line. Colmar steers it up. 1-1. The Lady Patriots scored 26 seconds in. It looked bleak for the Rockets as they took a penalty just about a minute later, but Izzy Camerata, off the shorthanded breakaway from Hope Menichello, was able to score and even things up. So that means things are not only even for the game, but they're even for the period. We have to watch the period scores here because that's how points are accumulated in this President's Day tournament, the 16th annual, hosted by the Lady Patriots in Colmar, Pennsylvania. Neutral zone play here. Camarada and Melikello, they're sort of in each other's way. Now they get out of each other's way. Moving it down into the slot. Wrist shot, pad save, covered up. Izzy was there and PJ was on the doorstep as well. It's a big cover right there because there was a lot of traffic. So the Rockets don't necessarily pile up shots or long offensive possessions, but it doesn't take them much to score. They can pile up goals without doing that. Melikello steals the face-off loss there. Hamerkar redirected in front by Hope. It didn't get through. PJ to Izzy. Wrist shot. Hits two bodies in front. Now it comes to the near side and sent all the way out. If it's on net, it's going to be not an icing, but it's not on net, so it is an icing. Let's see if the Rockets change it up or if they keep this potent trio out there. They will keep the forwards, but they will change the defense pair. So it will be Fox and Hansen. Let's see if she wins a face-off back to Hansen. Late change by the Lady Patriots. They are technically the away team, so they don't really have the final change, even though they're on their home ice. That unique situation, you don't have the final change if you're the away team. Comes between the points. Fox keeps it in, but only for a moment, and that moment is now gone. Moved out to neutral ice and back into her own zone is Izzy Camarada. Her outlet pass gets picked off right down the middle. Wrist shot, blocker saved by Emma. Looked like it maybe was going to handcuff her, but she had a little better handle on it in the end than I thought she would. Melikello looking to pick one off as the Lady Patriots send it through neutral ice and in with the dump. Fox behind her own net. Got a piece of it just enough. Now it goes up the far side wing and kept in at the point by the Lady Patriots. Bing-bonged about. Avery picks it off the boards but can't control it. Let's see if she was looking to break somebody out. Hope's out there on the left wing still with Barbara, and if she jumps off, probably we expect Riz to be the other wing on there. But even when these lines have been mixed up a little bit, it hasn't seemed to matter. The Rockets have played very consistent hockey for every minute of every period that they've been here. The first 24 seconds of this game, notwithstanding. Lady Patriots wrist shot through traffic. Emma gets a pad on it, flops down and covers it up just in the nick of time. We got a chance to talk to Emma before the game about her amazing save in the Snyder versus Rockets game Saturday evening on a breakaway, and the Snyder player made an A-plus move, had Emma going the other way, and somehow Emma stuck out the left pad, and she said she didn't think she got it, and sure enough, she kept the puck out of the net. Avery picks this one up at her wing side blue line, and it's sent in now onside by Aaron. They'll pursue Avery and Riz and Georgie now out there. Rogers gets it and sends it through the middle of the ice coming out of the defensive zone. A couple of people get a stick on it over there. Paulino's one of them. It comes to Riz. She's got one to beat, but the puck just took a little too much of a turn on her. Diving forward, first down, and no flag. No pass interference. Backhand shot, and they score. Loose puck came out in front. Emma had knocked it down. The Lady Patriots player gets to it first, puts the backhand over the down goalie, and now it is 2-1 for the Blue. .6:22 left in the first period. Rockets have a shorthanded goal that countered the Lady Patriots' first goal, and they're going to need to get back on the board here if they want to walk out of the first period with any standings points. Another backhander. This one goes wide. Emma might have gotten a piece of it. Coming right around the circle are the Lady Patriots, moving with alacrity. Here comes Tillinghast. She's got a little room. She's going to gain the wing on the right side. Tries to send it toward the net, but it hits a Lady Patriots shin pad and caroms into the far corner. Comes strangely off the boards. Rachel Lee tries to send it down forward. It's going to go all the way down, probably for an icing, except for a bad bounce. No bad bounce. Yes, icing. Rockets will have an offensive zone draw here. They'll put the group out that started this game. Jacobus, Menichello, and Camarada. Two wings on this line combined for the shorthanded goal up front, killing a penalty. Jacobus trying to get the steal right there. Reversal, Hope's going to get it. Hope turns, Hope's hooked down right there. You can see it right in front of you. Pretty easy call for the ref right there. You can see it from all angles. So Rockets will have their first power play of the game. 5:31 left in the first. This group will probably stay right out there. And change defensemen. Lee and Radishevsky are out there. Jacobus on the dot, tries to win it at us. It trickles toward the net, and the netminder just wisely covers it up. And they'll do it all again. Schaefer and Jacobus in the dot. Jacobus wins that one, but it goes to the Lady Patriots player. You can't get a better view of what's happening than that right there. You can smell hockey from where I am. Backhander by Hope, still loose in front. It goes just wide. Izzy looking to set up, sends it to the slot. A lot of traffic. PJ gets it, tries to send it low, stick to side right at us. Slapper knocked down a little bit by Izzy, and it does carry him all the way out. Rachel uses her defense partner, the birthday girl. Larissa Radishevsky sends it forward and in, no icing. Izzy battling in a puck battle, gets there first, ties up her player. Larissa follows in low. Rockets have PJ covering the point up there. Larissa tries to center it. Hope's there, but gloved and no rebound. 38 seconds left on the power play for the Rockets. They have one goal, but they trail by one. The goal is a shorthanded goal. Let's see if they could make it a power play goal to tie it up. Landstrom on the dot, Rizzo in the slot, Luke on the far wing. Hansen and Fox, the defense pair. Landstrom wins the face-off. They go between the points. Wrist shot through traffic. Glove save for one. Rebound. Loose puck. Still in front. Still loose. Cleared aside. Looked like Rogers got a piece of it to send it out. We're going to give her credit. That was a goal-saving sweep off of the line by 98. Lady Patriots bring it out. Rockets have 10 seconds to set up the power play. Riz is going to try to get through three, but she leaves it forward for Avery. Avery and Riz playing with it there. Riz tries to go to Hansen. Riz shot through traffic. Rebound is there. Couldn't put it in. Riz turns right into the glove. That will do it for the power play, but the Rockets very dangerous right there. They probably should have put one in, except for a good clear by Rogers, 98. Landstrom on the dot. Rizzo blocks the clearing attempt. It comes to Fox. She's going to fire it at the net. Redirected by Avery. Oh, that's a good save. That puck took a big change of direction on the redirection from 91. But the netminder was able to get the P logo on her jersey on it and leave no rebound. Landstrom in the face-off circle. Gets tied up. Eventually can't hold on to it. Lady Patriots break it out. They have a 2-1 lead. That means they're leading not just the game, but the period. If they hold on to this lead, they will bank 1 point in the standings. They have one from their first game. I don't believe they've played a second game yet. I think this is their second game. In the unique position of being the host team, but the away team for the game. Hope sends it forward for Izzy. As a penalty-killing duo, this created a goal early. Hope right at you, looking around, seeing who's where, surveying the landscape. Plays with it for a little bit, gets a little help late from Jacobus. Izzy there waiting for it to come out. It goes to the point for Aaron. Wrist shot, through traffic, redirected, big save with the right toe. 10 keeping him in it right now. Wrist shot, Bruno, no redirection there. Sent at the net, redirected by Hope, but she might have actually taken a little momentum off, and it finds the trapper. 3:04 left, Rockets buzzing, but they need to put one in if they want to get some standings points out of this first period. A lot of tied up faceoffs. Hope gets it, centers it in front. Izzy's there, she scores! Camarada from Menichello for the second time in the game, and the Rockets pull into a 2-2 tie with 2:55 left in the first period. 93 will lead the Selly. She's got a shorty and she's got an even strength goal. And right now she's put her team back into a tie for the period and for the game. Not much the netminder could have done there. She's held off the red glare of the Rockets for the better part of the last 2 or 3 minutes here, as the possessions have swung sometimes in favor of either team. The Lady Patriots have had their share of good long offensive zone possessions and rushes, and the Rockets have had their share as well. It's been pretty even. So after the Rockets saw a total of 6 goals scored between all teams in their first 2 games, there have been 4 already here in game 3. If somebody gets another goal here before the end of this period, they'll walk away with a full standings point, and that'll be big. Sent in and a whistle. Guess it was offside. Maybe the last Lady Patriots player hadn't quite cleared, so they blow it dead. 2:12 left, 2-2 from Hatfield Ice Arena in Colmar, Pennsylvania. Colmar has been cold for a couple of days, but it's going to warm up on Monday. And the green rink feels like the coldest. Wraparound attempt. Looked like it hit the outside of the net at the base and goes behind the net. Paulino gets there, turns, looks to push it forward, still trying to battle, still battling, but the Lady Patriots pick it off. Now Brianna's going to try to get it in neutral ice, but can't do it. They at least got it out of the zone. 100 seconds left in period 1. Rushing in behind the D. There's a move, wrist shot, and a goal. So with 1:32 left in the first period, the Lady Patriots have put their third up, and the Rockets are going to have to respond immediately if they want to get out of this period with even a half point. But it's looking good for the Lady Patriots right now. 3-2. A relative score fest. Already the highest scoring game the Rockets have played in. Here's Landstrom, Rizzo, and Lewick. Comes to the near side boards and sent back in. Hansen travels back and traverses into her own end. Spins, sends it up the boards. A little too strong for Riz. Lady Patriots get it and send it in just too quickly offside. Now, when we've played games up in northern New York, central New York, we'll say, they have taken all those offsides and made them what they call intentional offsides, and they move the face-off into the defensive zone of the offending team. We haven't seen that much here in the Mid-Atlantic states, in the Mid-Atlantic region that's not central New York, we should say. Menichello picks this one up, sends it for Camarada. She's got both. Izzy with a shot, goes just wide. It comes around to the near side. Fox chips it forward. 52 seconds left. Rockets need to get on the board quickly if they want to take back that half point that they lost here with the last goal. Hansen marches in. Hansen looks, centers, pop-up, comes right at you. Rogers battles with Camarada here. 36 seconds, 35, 34. Menichello behind the end line. Ref, please move over a step so we could see. Hansen sends it back in. Camarada's going to grab that. Camarada looking. Centers for Jacobus, a little too strong. Lady Patriots are going to pick this off. They're going to take one more rush here with 18 seconds left. Sent at net, knocked down, and Emma grabs it before it could be a rebound that hit the ice. So 13.1 seconds left, period 1. Lady Patriots sure would take a goal here, but they just want to keep the Rockets off the board, and they walk out with a standings point. It comes at the net! Oh, and it's knocked away just at the last moment. Sent out, it's going to hit neutral ice. I don't think anything's happening here unless Riz managed to get away with that one, and she took a good chance at it. There's an icing right there. There should be about 1.3 seconds left, but they're just going to let the period expire. The Rockets would have pulled the goalie and tried to take a shot at it, but that's a little, this is not the NHL, folks. It's 19U girls hockey, so I'm not worried about the last 1.3 seconds of the period. 3-2 Lady Patriots. They take the first standings point available in the game. That is their second of the tournament. The Rockets have 7. So still a long ways to go, and we'll go and let you get a look at Rocket Nation in attendance as we move through to the other perch live and on the air. The Menichellos in attendance right there. There's Rocket Nation for you. They're not getting loud. They don't even realize what's going on. It's more attention on the dog than anybody, but Becky just wants to block even the dog from being in. Now she covers her face, and there we go. A lot of coffees on hand. There's Rocket Nation, George, the ever-flexible George Tillinghast. Okay, we are going to switch our perch now. Can I bother you young ladies to grab that perch right there to send my live stream out to millions and millions or maybe tens of people on that? Thank you very much. I really appreciate that. Very appreciative. Thank you. And just in time for liftoff, period 2. 3-2 Lady Patriots. They take the first standings point of the game. And retreat back into their own end. Rockets pick it off now at the point. That was Aaron. Lady Patriots trying to break it out. Kirsty tries to bring it in, can't do so. It goes to neutral ice. Barbara was there. She's got to hang back a little bit on defense. Avery tries to send it over for Riz. Riz is going to pick it up neutral ice, sends it right at you, and now they'll have to pursue. Lady Patriots pick it up. That's Rogers, sends it in, just gets a piece of it, and sends it down. No icing because that hit Avery's stick blade. Rachel Lee sends it up the far boards, battled for over there, just below the point. It comes to the point. Riz soccer styles it out, and they send it right back in. Now that's one where, again, they could see what's right in front of them, and often the refs will call. I think they're discussing whether they would call the intentional offsides. We haven't seen it in the tournament, so I wouldn't expect it at any point, really. There was about a month in the season in November where refs were calling it a lot as Camerata sends it in. Big carom, and Menichello was there, pushes her, shrugs her player off the puck. Not a check, a shrug. Sent toward the net, but can't get through traffic by Rachel Lee. Does she have one in the arsenal for Grammy June? We'll see. Sent through traffic, Emma sticked it aside, but I don't think it was going on net. Izzy Camerata has both Rockets goals, but she takes an icing right here. I'll just keep it right there. 13-19 left, second period from Hatfield Ice Arena in Colmar, PA. Lady Patriots hosting this tournament, the 16th annual President's Day tournament, but they are the visiting team for this game. This counts as the only game in which the Rockets are designated as the home team. They are the visiting team for 3 others, including their first 2, and then the one on Monday. Here comes Camerata. She's got both, and she dumps it in. Sends it all the way around the end boards. It comes to the far side. PJ's over there, battling for it. It comes out just past Rachel Lee's reach. Camerata spins, can't hold on to the puck immediately, but regains it and dumps it right at you. And it goes around the boards hard again. No change yet for the Rockets as they'll pursue. And they now change piecemeal. Rose Smith, Tillinghast, and Holt out there. Rose Smith can't keep her player from gaining the puck, but does keep her from gaining momentum. It comes in that part of the ice in front of the benches and the penalty boxes, and it's sent all the way across, trying to get behind the D, but they can't do it. Wrist shot, can't get through traffic. Rachel got it with her Left shin pad. Wrap attempt, no. They'll send wide. Centering pass in front. A lot of Rockets there. And now it pops out over the line and is sent right back in for an offside. Rockets and Lady Patriots will change wholesale. Landstrom will take the face-off with Rizzo and Lewis. Defense pair of Fox and Hansen. Rockets have the ability to score from pretty much any position on the ice. As Hansen is potent, Fox is potent, but wings have accounted for all of the Rockets' goals. Here's one of them. Here's Avery coming in. Sharp angle. She'll skate it all the way around and go to the point. Lauren's going to corral it, sends it through traffic. Riz tried to knock it down. If she got a piece of it, it would have been a very close call. It was right at the height of the bar. Probably would have been okay, but it certainly would have been a questionable call. Landstrom on the face-off. Couldn't win it. Riz almost stole it. Comes around the far boards and to the near boards. Hansen there trying to get through the player. The puck's not there, but she's being impeded, so you could call an interference. But the refs have been pretty good so far here through 2+ games. 11:18 left, second period. Rockets trail the Lady Patriots 3-2. The second period is scoreless. All of it happened in the first. Riz picks it off for a second. She didn't realize that she had it. And it wasn't on her stick. Rizzo got the game winner in game 1. Ooh, 2 Rockets collide. That's usually not a good sign for NASA, and it's not a good sign for the team in gray right now, but they recover. Rizzo sends it forward, but can't get it all the way through. She's going to try to hustle off for a change as that puck clears the end line for an icing. So the Rockets with 10:44 left in period 2. Looking to get on the board for this period, get back that standings point, and then play it out for the third. Lady Patriots been very good on the face-offs so far, and they will break out here. It is a 2 or 3 on 1. Gets through one, but loses it. Regains, centers, top of the slot, but a little traffic there finally, so good break for the Rockets. That one's sent at net, and Emma gloves it down. Lady Patriots with 3 in the first. Rockets with 2, both by Camarada, all in the first. So the second period very much up for grabs with 10:23 left. The team with the most standing points on the end of Monday's games will lift the trophy. Here comes Camarada. Wrist shot goes just wide. Kept in by Bruno. Banks it off the boards to herself, but can't keep it in. Lady Patriots trying to get behind the D here. They slam on the brakes and send it down low. Batted back up, but picked off at the half boards. Wrist shot through traffic. Emma knocked it down. As one of the Lady Patriots is shaken up in front, and they won't blow the whistle until the Rockets get possession there. Let's hope she's okay. Don't like to see anybody injured ever. And she's staying down on the one knee. And 9:46 is the time left in period 2. She's risen to her skates. They're going to help her off. Sometimes on the ice, it's a little easier to come off where you can lean on your mates and put a skate down, and hopefully nothing serious here. I don't like to see this. And now in the last 4 or 5 feet, she glides on her own volition, limps down to the bench. Hopefully we see her back in there. And that it's just a little shake up. Might have lost you for a second there. Apologies. Lady Patriots off the face-off, still have possession in the Rocket zone. Sent at the net, loose in front. Emma got a piece of one, and that's Hope that got it cleared for a moment, but not out of the zone. It comes toward the net, and Emma knocks it away. And there is going to be a penalty here. No, the net was knocked off. So if it was knocked off by a Rocket, they'll keep the face-off down there. If it was knocked off by a Lady Patriot, they would move it out of the zone, but pretty clearly it was knocked off by the goalie moving around. Landstrom on the dot, wins it. Radishevsky sends it around, but not hard enough, and the Lady Patriots sort of read that play and picked it off. They send it back, but now Landstrom's the one reading play. Whiffed on the shot, on the pass, but got enough to Avery, who will take it behind her own net and look to get some speed, bank it off the boards for herself and Riz, but can't get it to either of them. Riz trying to pick it up and neutralize, can't do it, and the Lady Patriots will move it into the offensive zone. 8:45, wrist shot, glove down, rebound. She covers it up. Rockets will leave the same forwards out there, and they'll change defense pairs and put Fox and Hansen out. 3-2 Lady Patriots. There were goals abound, all of them, in period one, as Avery tries to break out, but gets thwarted. Comes up the boards on the near side. Landstrom gets to it, but can't get possession. Riz is going to grab it there. She gets it taken away from behind. Now she's going to try to do the same to somebody else, but the Lady Patriots will rush in. Close angle shot, glove down, but not held. Rebound cleared to the far boards. Riz trying to chip it out, does, and it does exceed the zone. She was trying to run right past. It's sent back forward, I guess offside. Period of the long change means sometimes those pucks will pop over, and a player changing might come over the bench and be offsides as well. That's not what happened there, but a penchant for happening. Off the face-off, Paulino grabs it, and she's trying to gain the zone on the wing. Centering feed for Rose Smith. Couldn't get it all the way through, and got it all the way through, but just not in time. Fox and Rose Smith will play it up there, and it's sent in deep. Tillinghast will hold the point coverage. Fox will stay deep. Here's Paulina. She scored a huge goal in the first. Hansen shrugs off one player. Hansen still going. Hansen behind the net. Hansen centers in front. One shot by Paulino. Another. It's centered in front. It goes off the left pad. Paulino, if she had a little more juice on it and sent it a little earlier, she might have gotten it inside the pad, but it wasn't open by the time she did it. No icing as it's waved off. Fox sends it up the boards, gets it out. Sent in way offside. So that's one of those cases where, well, if you have pretty good eyes, you could have seen that the player was not onto the bench. The changing player was not onto the bench when it was sent in. So, thus the offside. 7:14 left. We're more than midway through period two. The goal fest that was period one has turned into a stalemate in period two. Lady Patriots win the face-off and they send it in deep. Colmar the first to hustle back there. Camarada chips it to herself, getting to the center line and sends it deep for the chase. Menachello over there comes to the point. Bruno couldn't keep it in. She was trying to keep it in with the left skate. Now the right-handed shot, playing the left point, can present that problem on occasion. So it does take a skill set to be able to keep it in on the backhand. Here comes Camarada, wrist shot sent wide. Cross had it though. She's kept them in it. With a bunch of big saves. That icing waved off, even though the puck does seem to clear the line. Just even if it's slowing down at the end. Centered in front, but knocked away by Jacobus for Menachello, who crosses it up to Camarada, but can't connect on the stick. Izzy knocks away the pass, and now it's sent forward by Aaron. Sent over the end line. Moved up in the point. This is going to be Colmar. Sends it down low for Camarada, trying to gain it. Kicked away Now a battle for it along the near side boards, off of her seat, played forward, played across. This is going to be a breakaway if it ends up being the right angle, or it's going to be icing, but they don't wave the icing. There's a shot from in front, one save and a second one with the right pad by Emma. Not sure why there was no icing on that play. They just keep waving them off, even though the puck is sure it's trickling over the line, but it's still making it there before a player could play it. So, and it's really gone the way of the Lady Patriots there. Avery chips past. She's got some speed. She comes up the wing. She's got Hope in the middle. Centers it for Hope. It's going at the net. Kloss with the left pad save, steers it away. Avery trying to battle for it, can't get to it. Retreating back. Riz trying to pick it up. Oh, I thought she was going to pick it right off and go right in. Sent out. Now this will be an icing finally. And with 5:03 left in period 2. 3-2 Lady Patriots. No scoring in period 2. They'll face it off on the dot to Kloss's right. Rockets will send out Tillinghast, Holt, and Paulino. Quick puck drop. The home team does get the last change, and they didn't wait for Paulino to get set. If they're not going to do that, they just shouldn't let him change. That's kind of the point. They reverse it, and now trying to move it out is Steck. And finally, they do get it out and send it deep. This will be an icing. And we'll do it again. 4:37 left, period 2. A scoreless period 2. Lady Patriots 3-2. And the overall scoreboard for the game. Holt battling for it on the far boards after Tillinghast sent it over there. Paulino trying to get in the way, can't do it. Sent through the offensive zone. That looks like Steck breaking out. She'll cross over the blue line and come to the near side circle. It goes around the end boards, left there. Tillinghast and Radoszewski get to it both. Paulino hustling out. Paulino in a foot race. Can she get to it first? She does. Gets a little stick work there, so she can't maintain possession. Tillinghast comes in late and sends it down low. Holt is there, but she can't get it before it's sent around the other side. Sent toward the net, but knocked down. It comes between the points, and they'll skate it out. Still going, still going. It's a 2-on-2. Wrist shot. Emma knocks it away with the blocker. 3:45 now, second period. Next goal will be a biggie if there is one. And will really change the complexion of the game and the points. Here comes Menichello. But there goes Menichello. It goes right back into the Lady Patriots offensive zone. Rachel trying to wrap it around, but now she has more time than she thinks. Reverses it up to Bree. Defenseman fell. Bree is in, but she's not got the break because the defenseman's all the way back. Bree is 1-on-3. Those usually are not good odds, but the Rockets keep possession. Here's PJ. There's somebody in front. Hope is there, but not in the spot where PJ sent the puck. Hope still battling. Under 3 minutes now in period 2. Offside, and that shot would not have counted. They'll face it off outside the Rockets defensive zone. 250. Jacobus with Camarada and Menichello. Camarada has both Rockets goals. One shorthanded, one at even strength. All in the first period. The Lady Patriots scored early within the first 26 seconds. Then the Rockets were penalized 1:29 into the game, but Camarada, after Menichello got a breakaway shorthanded, was able to find an open net on a rebound and put it into the back of the net. That one goes out of play right there. They'll face it off right there. That was one. And Camarada and Menichello combined for an even strength tally after the Lady Patriots had made it 2-1. And then the Lady Patriots scored within the last couple of minutes of the first period to take the period point. Rockets would have definitely settled for that half a point. There's a shot that Emma knocks down in front, and that one goes in. Off the rebound, they put it in, and with 2:05 left in period 2, the Lady Patriots have looked to have stolen the period point completely here from the Rockets. Those late goals are an absolute dagger. And where the Rockets had sustained a little more offense in the first period, they haven't had nearly as much pressure on Klaus here in the second. Let's see if they can go and get this one back and get that half point back. Rizzo up the left wing. Landstrom in there, 1-on-2. Now Rizzo there as well. 3 Lady Patriots, and the Lady Patriots will win it. Rogers sends it. Avery picked it off. Riz got it, but in a weird spot. Avery's going to come in. Avery behind the D. Oh, she shot it over the net. Boss was in good position, forced the high shot, and Avery couldn't keep it on the net. That would have been a big one. 90 seconds left, period 2. Colmar sends it at the net. It gets through traffic, but goes all the way around as nobody picks it up. Sent through neutral ice. This is going to be an icing. And the Rockets will have an offensive zone draw with 1:17 left. 4-2 Lady Patriots, but 1-0 in period 2. Unless the Rockets can get one in this next 1:17, the Lady Patriots will have a stranglehold on this game. Tillinghast on the dot with Rose Smith in the slot. Holt with the shot, and it rolled up Klaus's pad, and she blockered it away. That comes out again. Is going to be yet another icing here. So they'll do it once more. It's clearly in the Lady Patriots arsenal. They've sent a lot of those. A lot of them haven't been icing, but now all of a sudden a streak of them have been. 4 or 5 in a row. Same group out there. Tillinghast in the dot. Lady Patriots win it, and they send it right down again. That one might not have enough juice to be icing, but it will be taken before the end line. There's a shot in front, loose, knocked down, and covered by Lacey. So there you can see what they're trying to do when it works. And when it doesn't work, it's an icing. When it does, they have somebody behind the defense. So they're sending a player off the face-off win and sending the puck. And even if the pass doesn't connect, that player is out racing the puck to the end line. Big defensive zone draw, one there, and sent out, but right between the points. The Lady Patriots pick it up. Wrist shot goes wide. 40 seconds now in the period. Landstrom chips it out, but back at safety. As Gert reversed and sent in. 30 seconds. Rockets are going to have to hustle down here. Might want to release one of those wings and see if you can get somebody behind the D. That's sent in. This is going to be onside, no icing. Jacobus is there. Jacobus is going to pursue. Jacobus with the steal. Looking for Hope. Hope with the wrister. Rebound off the first save. Covered up. 9.9 left. That was a big opportunity for the Rockets right there. Perhaps a game-saving save by Klaus. Jacobus on the dot, wins it back, but the Lady Patriots are going to steal it. Maybe a breakaway, and that will do it for the period, except that there's an offside. With 2.4, there's not too much that can happen here. And that will extinguish the period, and we'll head over to the other side to bring you the third. 4-2 Lady Patriots. They have taken both available points in the game. Rockets Nation very quiet, perhaps not urging on their girls enough, and that could be the reason for the deficit at the moment. Mostly we're going to blame Becky, but I think everybody will have enough blame. And there's Gemma making sure she's telling Becky that she's in trouble. That's Gemma, right? Gemma, thank you. Abby's checking his phone. You never know if the Flyers have a game and he's interested in that score. Rutgers, okay, Rutgers. We move to Minicello to say hello. So we move to our third period perch, same as the first period perch. There's more Rockets uphoarding.
Rockets, come on, third period, strong.
That's right. The always flexible George Tillinghast. Okay, we've hustled down a little more quickly this period, so we'll be more ready for the start. And this is a big one. This has been a tight game, but it has not gone the Rockets' way. Each period has been decided by a late goal, and in both cases, it's the Lady Patriots that have scored it. So they've taken the 2 available standings points thus far. They came into this game with 1 point. The team that the Rockets drew with on Saturday in their first game, Snyder Hockey, took 4 out of 5 points in their game with the Lady Patriots. So now if you're following the up-to-date standings, the Lady Patriots have 3 points and the Rockets have still 7. Now if the Rockets can not only win this period but also win the game, they'll walk out with 3 more points. But at this point they have to worry about getting a goal. Landstrom in the center circle. Rizzo and Luick out there. Liftoff, period 3. Lacrosse style face-off. Avery and Riz hustling in. 34, who seems to have gotten to a lot of the pucks today for the Lady Patriots, hustles back. Sends it up, but into Riz's shin pads. Riz gets it in the center. Riz wrist shot goes over the net. Riz and Avery have had a couple of shots that have gone over the net on good chances. That didn't look like it was going to be a good chance, but it turned into one. Riz is in front, unmarked, and was marked late by Rogers. That one kept in at the point by Rachel Lee. Sends it forward, but couldn't get enough juice on it. Barbara trying to knock it away. Gets behind the D. Larissa back there helping out. Wrist shot, 1 save, and it goes just wide. Battled for in front, loose in front. They bat at it, but it's kicked away. Riz comes out. Sends it for Avery. They break in 2-on-3. Avery moves forward. Wrist shot whistled wide. Riz and Avery coming back for it. They both overskate due to 2 opposing players. Avery now going to hustle off for a shift change. Riz still down there with PJ. And the puck comes into neutral ice. Lady Patriots attacking passively, and there's a whistle on the puck sent at the net. Emma gloves it down. 13:37 left, third period for 2 Lady Patriots over the Rockets. And they've won each of the periods so far by a goal. Doesn't matter how much you win them by, it just matters that you win them. Here comes Minicello. She skates through. She takes a wrist shot, it goes just wide. Rockets are now getting shots, but they're not getting them on the net. Minicello and Bodner battling. Jacobus there. Fox. Minicello comes out of the corner. Centers for Jacobus. Wrist shot. 1 save. Hope tried to knock it down, but it's next touched by a Lady Patriot, so they play on. Comes up to the point. Fox, wrist shot way too high. Goes to the far side half boards, and the Lady Patriots bring it back over their end line and send it around. Fox is going to step up and try to keep it in, which she does. It's sent now to the point where Jacobus is. Wrist shot redirected by Hope. It's loose in front and covered up under the pads of Kloss. Hope kept that stick about half a foot below the crossbar line, which made it a legal redirection, and Kloss she's had a few of those where the Rockets have had some good redirections, and haven't been able to dent the net a lot. Now that referee dropped the puck, but it was an immediate whistle. I'll try it again. Landstrom tries to move it forward. She just stalemated right there. Lady Patriots bring it toward their net, but not on net. Comes to the point. Colmar tries to send it forward, can't get it through. And the Lady Patriots move it out. They're really trying to get people behind the D, and they know at this point especially that the Rockets are going to have to cheat up a little bit, being down in the game, and also needing at least to get on the board for the period. Banked off the boards by Riz, but she can't get it deep enough. Avery and Riz have been close here. They've had some good chances through the second and third periods, even here in the short going, as there's now 3 minutes elapsed in period 3. Wrist shot from the point. Emma sticks it aside. Backhander goes wide, and the Lady Patriots will send it behind the end line. It comes up to the half boards for Avery. She sends it for Kirsty, who was trying to break Riz out, but didn't get enough juice on it. Rockets wings have scored all 6 of their goals in the tournament. 2 today by Camerata. Rockets send it out into offensive ice, and they change. Paulino takes a Superman dive, and she will get fined in the Kangaroo Court for that one, coming off the bench. Looked like she still had her skate guard on. I wouldn't talk, because if I ever came off the bench, I would do exactly the same thing 90% of the time. It would be a big deal if I ever jumped off the bench and didn't lose my footing. Banged off the end boards and reversed. Here comes Paulino. Had the big goal in game 1 that gave the Rockets 4.5 points in one fell swoop, seemingly. Scored with 1:47 left in the third of a 1-0 game to give the Rockets the third period and seal the game. Here comes Rachel Lee. Rachel comes in. She goes to the circle. Centering pass. It's there. Paulino makes the shot. Oh, there's a big save by Kloss. Rachel found herself with room, and what do they say? Keep going until somebody stops you. A steady defenseman, usually a stay-at-home defenseman, she just walked right in. A good centering feed. Jacobus in the face-off dot, wins it toward the middle. Hope picks it off. Hope comes at the net, and they just cover it up right there. A little bit of a risky play, as Izzy was right there too, and if she got a stick in there now, that becomes a different story. If the goalie's trying to cover it up, but you have one of the goalie's defensive players also trying to negotiate that puck into her safe area, that's a live puck. That's not going to be a puck that the referees consider you poking at under a glove, because you're actually poking at the other player's stick. So those plays are always risky, and they're big communication plays. They don't have a high percentage of going wrong, but they have a higher percentage of going wrong than the average play because of the area of danger. 10-13, third period, 4-2 Lady Patriots. 5 of the goals were scored in period 1, which ended with the Lady Patriots up 3-2. Rockets tried to send it up the middle of the ice. Izzy was looking to break out Hope. They did that once earlier, shorthanded, and it resulted in Camerata getting the goal after Menikillo's breakaway was stopped. The Rockets have had their chances, though. They've put long periods of pressure on Kloss. They haven't been able to dent the net, though, since the first. Here's Camerata, wrist shot, can't get it through traffic. It comes to the slot, but not far enough. Rads was up as well. She's now cheating up on her defense perch, as the Rockets need to start to figure out how they're going to score some goals here. And they can do it. We've seen them score goals in bunches and in a hurry. They don't need a lot of offensive possession to do it. They're opportunistic, are the girls in gray. Rizzo picks it off on the half boards, can't get through traffic. Fox will come down but can't keep it in. That one's going to go down. It should be an icing. It takes a strange curl at the end, and they let it go. Couldn't tell if it did get over the line. There was a Lady Patriots player there, but We got the benefit of the doubt. They've had the benefit of the doubt in a few of those icings. But that's because they tend to send the puck long and try to skate to it. And we've seen the Lady Patriots frustrate some very highly skilled teams like the Junior Flyers with a similar thing. That's an interesting one there. Riz moved it forward, but it hit off last of a Lady Patriots stick and went into the zone, but they call it offside. I thought Avery was probably in the right on that one, but they blow it down. 8:27, period 3. There have been no goals in period 3, so the Rockets could even sustain a 4-3 loss, but that would give them 1 point in the period, which is not ideal, but it certainly is a better scenario than the one they're in now, which would be giving up 4.5 points if they don't score at all. And if they win this period, they can walk out of here with 1 point. If they come back, win the period, and tie the game, they will get 2 points for their efforts. And if they win the period and win the game, they will get 3 points for their efforts. So it's as easy as 1, 2, 3. If they lose the period and the game, they will get no points. Here's Tillinghast. Coming out of the side boards was Colmar. Sent at the net, but it doesn't get all the way there. Paulino's there. Rockets back off a little bit and regroup. Lady Patriots skated out. Lyndon Youth gets forward, gets knocked down as Holt runs into her. Bruno moves it forward. She's got to hustle out of the zone, and she was not quick enough to do it. So there's an offside. 7 minutes. Well, and for some reason, an extra second ticked off the clock about 5 seconds after it had stopped. 6:59 remaining for the Rockets to figure out what they're going to do. The first order of business is you got to keep the other team off the board. If they do that, they get at least a half a point out of this game, which again is not ideal, but in the situation that they're in, it's better than getting 0. Here comes Menikillo. She centers it for Camarada, but a little too late there, as Izzy didn't have a clear look at things. Hope looking. PJ's in front. It comes out front, right back. They ping pong it right out in front. PJ gets a stick on it, then she backhands it, and it goes wide. Chipped forward, Bruno. Camarada, wrist shot, hits one of the Lady Patriots and comes to the near side. Goes now to the far side. Camarada there, and she's going for a check. And the Lady Patriots will break out, and the Rockets will get it blown dead. 6:59, 50. Well, now the clock's still running here. They ran 3 extra seconds off the clock. So if the Rockets fall 4 seconds short, they can tell you that there was extra seconds running off. So Camarada with either the check or the elbow, you could call it what you want. And the Rockets will be shorthanded for the next 1:30. She has both of the Rockets' goals, and one of them was shorthanded. Rizzo and Luke will kill it off up front. Radishevsky and Lee on the back line. Riz wins the face-off into the corner. It comes up to the point. Skipped over a stick, but they managed to keep it in, and now they play with it down low. It goes behind the end line, and the Lady Patriots look to set up. It comes to the right point. Now they play high-low over the end line. Near side corner half boards. They'll play with it still. Comes to the point. Avery trying to knock that away and maybe get herself sprung. Avery's going to get there. She's got some speed. She's 1-on-3, and she gets through the neutral zone. Leaves it for Riz. Wrist shot redirected by one of the Lady Patriots in front. I think it was Steck that got a stick on it. She may have saved the goal because Riz had that side of the net ticketed, and she is potent shorthanded. Rockets will attack aggressively here, and that will leave a 3-on-2 for the Lady Patriots breaking in. Sharp angle shot. Emma knocks it down. They play it forward. 28 seconds, 27, 26 left in the penalty. They tried to do the far side Redirect. There's a slapper Emma gets a piece of, and it comes to the near corner. Emma's still down. I don't know if she's hurt or just sprawled out a bit. She's still down, and that's unusual. Emma doesn't usually stay down that long. That's typically not her style. Still down on the pads. Now she gets up as the puck is steered out. Izzy comes out of the box. Izzy in a foot race gets hooked, and they're going to call that one, trying to jam it in. And Izzy is coming out of the box, and she will get the, oh wow, are they going to call the penalty shot? So they call the penalty shot, and Camerata is one step from 60% to being Mario Lemieux here. So with 4:16 left in the third period, a scoreless third period, Izzy Camerata has a penalty shot. She came out of the box on the breakaway. She had the puck in front, and the player hooked her from behind. It was a close play. I thought maybe they were just going to call the penalty, but they went immediately to the penalty shot. Camerata with both of the Rockets' goals. She can put them into a 4-3 deficit, but put them ahead in the period. Here she comes. 93. Stick handling. Looking. Wrist shot. Save. And knocked away.
There you go.
It got through, but it trickled just outside the goal. That'll be an offensive zone draw now. A big play in this game and in this tournament. It just took place. Rockets counter. Avery jumps on Izzy's line at the right wing now. Fox and Hansen, the potent defensive duo. Jacobus will look to win a face-off back to the point, and Hansen can shoot it through the cinder block wall. They win it over to the far side boards, and it comes into the corner. Jacobus centering pass. Fox down in the middle. Loose in front. There's 1, 2, 3 saves. And it comes out to the point. Hansen retreats all the way back. The Rockets have golden opportunities here, but they're running out of time. Here comes Jacobus. Wrist shot. There's the glove save. No rebound. That's the easiest one that she's had in about the last 3 minutes, including the penalty shot. PJ, Hope, and Avery up front. Kirsty and Aaron on D. PJ wins the face-off. Wrist shot from the point. Redirected, but it goes wide. Hope behind the net. Centers for Avery. It goes all the way through. Kirsty trying to get it, and they will skate it out. Linda Mute spins, looks, sends it through. Colmar picks it off. Avery sends it in. Retreating back now. 3:32. The clock is now an issue, but it's not the same issue that it would be in a normal game where 4-2 means everything. The Rockets could score a goal here and take a point out of this game. That's what they need to do. Right now, if things stand as they are, they will walk out with a half a point and give up 4.5 to their rivals that are hosting the tournament, who are breaking in. Rogers sends it at the net. Emma gets run into. Are they going to call that one? Let's see. Didn't put the arm up. Referees have very little gumption for running into goaltenders after the whistle. That was close because that puck was out there when she covered it up. 2:58 remaining in the third period. 4-2 Lady Patriots. They've taken the available 2 period points so far. If things stand as they are, here comes Rizzo. She's got a few to beat, and she's got a little help from Paulino. She dumps it right at you. And Paulino will hustle in, and the Lady Patriots now getting into that area where they're content to keep pucks frozen. They've scored near the end of each of the first 2 periods to take the full point in each of those periods. At minimum, the Rockets need to prevent them from doing that. Rockets also in the unique situation here where even down 4-2, they might consider not pulling the goalie and giving up that half point, because they are ahead in the standings despite, even if they lose all 5 points in this game, they're still ahead of the Lady Patriots. But they'll have played one more game, unfortunately for them. That one sent in offside. 1:53 remaining. Rockets change it up. And it looks like they are taking a timeout. If you like what you see, hit that subscribe button and then the alerts button. And every time we go live or upload new content for you, like the higher quality copy of the game, for instance, sometimes the streams don't come through in the best quality, but afterward, if available, we always upload the higher quality stream under pretty much the same name, and you could find your daughter, your niece, your friend, your granddaughter. You could find their game, whether you're from the Rockets or the Lady Patriots, or you're just checking it out and you like to watch hockey. We're glad that you do, and we're glad for the support. Quick game recap here. Izzy Camarada has both goals for the Rockets, a shorthanded goal and an even strength goal. She had a penalty shot here in the third, but was denied by Cross, and we are at 4-2 for the Lady Patriots. If they hold on to win this game, they will get 2 standings points for the win and 2.5 more for winning 2.5 periods. The Rockets would walk out with half a point for a draw in period 3 if things stay as they are. So they'd really like to get, even if they just get 1 goal here, it's a big deal. Rockets move it up through neutral ice and a little bit too strong, but they get it into the offensive zone. Gert sends it around the side boards. Rads pinches in. Avery was trying to send it between the points, but sent it a little bit too far. The Rockets have gone ahead and pulled the goalie. They are risking that half point here to try to get the full point. Here comes Menichello. Over to Jacobus. Back to Menichello. Wrist shot. She just got the glove on it. Camarada in the corner. She's taken the puck around the end line here. Lady Patriots will send it up, and Rachel Lee knocks it down. Slapper for the empty net goes wide. I guess she was over the center line. I couldn't really see. My view was obscured because that still could be an icing. It's just because they have the goalie out. Sent up and ping-ponged right back in. Sent through and across. Wrist shot. Empty net goes wide. No icing. Must have crossed the line. 39 seconds. Rockets are playing too much in their own zone here for having the extra attacker out. Landstrom trying to move it up. Lady Patriots move it out. Avery gets a piece and knocks it out of the zone. Lady Patriots can take all the time they want here. There's a penalty that's going to be called right here, and the Rockets will have a 6-on-4 for 22.7 seconds. Looks like an interference, and the Rockets will have an offensive zone draw. They'll play it 6-on-4 for what they hope is not the full 22.7 seconds, and they have a chance to steal this period. They're almost certainly not going to score twice in this amount of time, but they certainly could score 1. Landstrom on the draw, Tillinghast in the slot, Jacobus the 6th attacker, face off won by the Lady Patriots, sent right at Landstrom. Wrist shot goes all the way down. It would be an icing, but it's sent back in by Fox, chipped there. Still played within the neutral zone. Rockets desperately trying to do something. Knocked down by Fox, sends it forward. Still a player down on the ice. 5 seconds. Here's Georgie. She's got to get the shot off. It's still loose, and that's going to do it. Yeah! So the Rockets with a game and valiant effort to hold on here and at least maintain that half point. But some clutch scoring by the Lady Patriots gives them the 4.5 points for the game. So the Lady Patriots now have 5.5 for the tournament, and the Rockets have 7.5. But the Lady Patriots have a game in hand as far as I know. unless they did play a third one already. And the teams shake hands at center ice. The Rockets will be in action on Sunday in their final game. And based on what the standings are, they might well have a shot at lifting the trophy. They will be taking on the Armstrong Arrows from the Pittsburgh area. And we will see how that goes. So the Rockets on the day grab 5 points out of 2 games. They have 7.5 through 3 games, so basically they're right at what you would call 500 with between the standings points and all that. 2.5 points in the first game, 4.5 in the second game, and a half point here. Very important that they did not lose that half point, and they were putting a lot on the line at the end to risk that half point and try to get a full point out of it, which potentially could have made a lot of difference if they walked out of here having 8 total points. That certainly is better than 7.5, and there's only 5 teams in the group, so, and that would have taken a half point away from the Lady Patriots as well and made it very difficult for them to exceed the Rockets if the Rockets continue to win. Once again, we appreciate your support. If you like what you see, hit the subscribe button and the alerts button, and every time we are streaming live or bringing you uploaded content like coach interviews or higher quality copies of the game or anything, then you'll get an alert and you could check it out. Once again, from Hatfield Ice Rink in Colmar, Pennsylvania, the chilly green rink, the Lady Patriots come out with a 4-2 victory, take 4.5 out of the 5 points in the game over the New Jersey Rockets. This is Joe Rizzo. Thanks for watching New Jersey Rockets Girls Hockey.